Every few years, West Virginia will get a local celebrity. A man so confident, so delusional, that you just kind of have to sit back and watch the car crash happen in real time. This is Teddy Miller, or as he liked to call himself, the Wolf of West Virginia. And I guess he didn't finish that movie because, spoiler, he goes to prison in the end. Our story starts when Teddy buys the Boulevard Tavern, a local blue-collar favorite that was a bar located on Canal Boulevard in Charleston, West Virginia. You know, loud music, cheap beer, nice people, you know. Teddy, well, he rolls in like he just watched Coyote Ugly or something like that and said, "No, we can't have this. I've got a better idea." He rebrands it as the Sorority. Yeah, the Sorority. It's a bar where the bartenders all wear schoolgirl outfits and look like they're 15 years old. Meanwhile, he's walking around wearing shoulder holsters and trying to look like a badass with his guns.
It used to be called the Boulevard Tavern. It's a very iconic place in Charleston. A lot of people had their first shows here. A lot of big names have been here, right? However, it hadn't been remodeled in several years, and COVID had kind of taken its toll on it, just like it's taken its toll on a lot of other places, right? So due to some shenanigans, I had to completely shut down, renovate, and rename everything. So I went ahead and redid the theme as well, okay? This is Charleston's first ever schoolhouse rock themed bar, okay, called the Sorority. The bartenders, or the girls, will be in schoolgirl uniforms, and the guys will be in nicely dressed attire. Our target demographic is people who just want to go have a good time, right? They don't mind paying an extra $1 or $2 for a beer because they don't have to deal with any bullshit, right? If someone's stepping out, just being a little disrespectful, they're going to be asked to leave, right? If anything comes through that door that shouldn't be through that door, that person is fucking fired. That bartender or that bouncer is fired, and the person will be told to leave, okay? We're not here to show our ass and be the biggest swinging dick in the room. I just want respect back on the street, right? It used to be a place you could go to the bar and not have to worry about any kind of shenanigans, right? And that's kind of like slipped with COVID. Well, we're back. We're here, we're gonna make money, and we're gonna have fun while doing it.
Because, of course, nothing says good business like sexual harassment and firearms. I mean, this guy was cosplaying as every frat boy's spirit animal. And when people locally started calling him out for trashing everyone's favorite spot, he claimed that he had to change the name because of a shooting that had happened there when it was still the Boulevard Tavern. Problem with that, there was no shooting there when it was the Boulevard Tavern, which everyone quickly called him out on. I mean, there seriously was no shooting, not even close. The guy was out here manufacturing tragedies just for marketing purposes. Now, around this time, Teddy starts shooting these little short motivational videos of him in the bar wearing his pistol holsters and letting everyone know that he wears those because he's got a bad temper and it's for your protection. Because as long as he's got the guns on, no one's going to try Teddy.
Wonder why I carry a gun and it's out in the open and it's a boss gun, right? And why I have security. Honestly, the security is more for your protection than mine. I've got a bad fucking temper. If you ever watch the old Indiana Jones fucking movies where like the guy comes out and he's like swinging a fucking sword and all that shit and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him, that's me, right? Like I don't put up with bullshit. My security can't touch this Chris and Knockout Ned, as we like to call him. They're literally instructed that if anybody gets aggressive or tries to hit me, they just knock them the fuck out. I step back, they knock them out. You know why? Because it stops it right at the source, nothing goes on from there, and they just get knocked the fuck out rather than anything else happening. Because if something were to happen to me, a lot of people depend on me. And that's what keeps being reiterated to me over and over and over again. Listen, Teddy, like, it's got to be stopped right away, because if something happens to you, like, you got shit, like, pretty well ironed out, but, like, it's only a matter of time before people are having a hard time feeding their families. So that's why I carry the gun. That's why I put it out in the open so people just know. It's just like if you have a big dog at your house and somebody's robbing houses. They hear that dog, they fucking move on. Same thing. You see the gun, you know I'm going to fucking shoot you if you try some dumb shit. Move on, right? I'm not looking for it, but it just fucking happens. It's the world we live in. Boom.
And I'm sorry, that's not protection, that's a red flag walking. Now, in one of the videos, he's showing off the new establishment's 3 crystal chandeliers that he's spent all this money on to put inside to swank up the place.
There you are. Welcome to the sorority. Welcome back to the sorority. Okay, we still have a little bit of artwork to finish up. But let's go ahead and talk about the theme and the added additions that we have to this bar. We're featuring 3 crystal chandeliers coming from the ceiling. Brand new bar, all tiled out, real nice, real perfect. All new lines from Coca-Cola. Okay, so no more just, you know, taking shit out of the cooler and seeing what's up. It's all fucking new. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about cleanliness. We ripped up every bit of the floor in here, but all new subfloor, all new flooring. The bathrooms that were disgusting, and that are disgusting in most bars, ours are tile. Brand new vanities, new toilets, just real nice, right? The artwork is custom done by Tap Plug, of course, right? We've got some more coming in soon, and the stereo equipment, okay? The stereo equipment's made for concerts, but we're putting it in a fucking bar, so you better watch out, neighbors. My bad. And last but certainly not least, we've got 2 projectors that we will start doing Sunday night football and Sunday, like any kind of sports, anything on Sunday, right? They'll be playing simultaneously, so it'll turn into a sports bar, right? And for big games, guess what the girls will be doing? Dressing like their favorite team. So just a fun place to go. Like, again, no riffraff, no shenanigans. Might cost an extra $1 or 2 for a drink, but who gives a fuck? At least you can have a good time. Be seeing you soon.
Then he announces that the rappers to his newly founded record label, Get Money Entertainment, will have exclusive access to the stage at the sorority. Yeah, exclusive rights to the stage at the sorority for the rappers on Get Money Entertainment. Rappers no one had heard of, on a label that no one had heard of, at a bar that no one had heard of.
GME, baby. See, y'all wonder what I offer GME? Multiple things. But here's just one. I own the fucking bar. The new bar, the sorority, that's going to be the hottest shit around the corner. I own it. Was a tavern. A lot of places, a lot of people got their first start here. I mean, like famous people even got their first start here. They fucking love it. I get calls all the fucking time. I own the motherfucker. Right? So GME has exclusive rights to use it. It's a pretty good fucking thing. I'm also in the process of opening 2 more bars and buying 1 or 2 more. We're not going to talk about those right now because, you know what, like, it's irrelevant. Like, I've got shit in Chicago, I got shit in LA. You don't even know. We're just getting started. It's wild. Like, shit's coming out of the woodworks. I'm getting fucking calls from celebrities that are literally just trying to schedule meetings to come here. We're not even ready to fucking show yet. Let's just work together, get it done, and fucking take over. Because now's your time to shine. Let's fucking do it. Worst case scenario, you're still going to get more exposure than you've ever fucking dreamed of.
That's like saying you've got the exclusive rights to the mechanical bull at some shitheel redneck bar. Now, people on the internet, they started digging. Now, shout outs to the Instagram page Wolf of WV Life and my buddy Justin Walker. They did all kinds of footwork on this themselves, and I got a lot of the information for this video from those 2 sources, including also from the Department of Justice website, which we'll get to that here in a moment. Nonetheless, the Instagram page and Justin, they're doing God's work here. And what they find is incredible. Now, you see, before the guns and the chandeliers, Teddy worked at a paint store. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, the man just worked at Sherwin-Williams. He's just some regular-ass nerd wearing khakis. And one day he decided to rebrand himself as a alpha male real estate mogul. He also had about 11 LLCs registered, all at the same address, which happened to be his home, which was a residential address, with fancy and original names like Prestige Worldwide. Yeah, from Step Brothers. And of course, Bear Industries, because Teddy, Bear, get it, fucking and a catering company that, as far as I can tell, never served a single meal, and every picture on their Facebook was stock photos of food that they didn't make. The man's literally out here trying to run an imaginary buffet. It was sort of like the dinner from Hook. Now, after the sorority crashes and burns faster than Teddy's credit score, mainly due to the negative press and, of course, him also opening before he had a liquor license, Teddy has moved on to being a slumlord. He buys this old no-tell motel in St. Albans, where all of the prostitutes used to take their johns, and he turns it into apartments, complete with a graffiti-style picture of a bear on the side of the building, because who doesn't want to live there? I mean, nothing says trustworthy landlord like a graffiti bear on the side of your apartment. Now, after this, things do kind of go quite a bit for Teddy, and he stays out of the public eye a little bit. But then, out of nowhere, Teddy's back. Now, he's calling himself Teddy Miller the Boss on TikTok. He's posting daily motivational videos about how he grinds every day to make all the money he's making for himself and his family and everybody else. Except all of his advice sounds like some bullshit that he generated on ChatGPT.
I remember the first time that I took a homeless man on vacation with me.
He's telling people that they're broke because they're pussies, while secretly being broke himself. The man's living proof that confidence itself can be a scam. And that's when the feds finally catch up to Teddy. See, it turns out the Wolf of West Virginia was not running a nightclub. He was running 2 scams at the same time. 2 separate fraud schemes. He conned more than 170 people out of more than $400,000. He told investors that he was developing property on Bigley Avenue in Charleston, and he was running a real estate fund called Lute, where everyone would pool together their money for the refurbishment of properties that Teddy had, and then they'd get a return back on their investment. Problem was, Teddy didn't own any property. He was using all that money to go to like Dubai and Thailand and all this other shit and shoot all these fancy ass videos of him and his wife, looking cute and wearing fancy clothes and having big expensive ass dinners.
Baby, what can haters do?
Eat a bag of dicks.
Do what, okay?
Eat a bag of dicks.
A whole bag? A whole bag? See? Yes? Okay. Fucking haters.
And he was also recycling some of that money to pay off other debts. He was promising people a 6% return, which I'm not a genius on this kind of shit, but that's pretty fucking high of a return. While his mom, who was the VP of operations, maintained everything for him. That's right, he even got his mom involved while he was out globetrotting. So Teddy lives overseas for a few years, bouncing around, hiding from the cops, hiding from the feds, dodging all the heat while his mom handles all the work here stateside. Then he finally comes back to visit, and boom, the FBI greets him like it's a surprise party for Teddy. And after his arrest, he even called his wife from jail and told her to hide a laptop and report his iPhone stolen. Buddy, you literally confessed on a recorded line. They don't need the iPhone, they've got your ass. So now, the Wolf of West Virginia has officially been declawed. After pleading guilty, he received 7 years in prison, and then 3 years supervised release, and needed to pay almost $400,000 in restitution. Which is funny because that's probably what he spent on those chandeliers. As for his mom, she pled guilty too, and as of now, she's still awaiting sentencing. See, that's the tragedy here. She raised a dork of a son who watched The Wolf of Wall Street and thought it was a training video, but I guess he missed the last chapter. So, that's the story of Teddy Miller, the self-proclaimed Wolf of West Virginia. A man who went from paint store employee to a wannabe real estate mogul to federal prison. Moral of the story, if you're going to call yourself the Wolf, maybe watch the end of the movie and see what happens. This has been Josh Against the World, and remember, if someone's trying to sell you a dream on Facebook, it's probably a nightmare, and it's probably bullshit. Go ahead and check out the videos we've got on the screen right now. I love y'all, and I can't wait to see you back here once again.